Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and today we're going to be taking a look not at Uno, but rather Scrabble Scramble. So in this case, this is the way the module looks, and every 120 seconds, the module will activate and begin a 90-second timer. So this is sort of a pseudo-needy in a way, similar to Swan in many cases. However, this works a little bit differently. A valid two-letter word from the word list must be submitted into the module, and for those of you who are familiar with Scrabble in this case, what you must do is you're given a series of 7 letters in this case from the little bar down here. And normally what you would do is you would submit words onto a big board, but in this case what it wants you to do is submit a valid 2-letter word from these little word lists here. So tiles can be selected to place them on the center of the module right here. And pressing the check mark will submit it. And in this case, you can also deselect them just by hovering over the each of the little positions here to deselect them and put them back on the line. When a word, and here comes right up here, when a word is submitted into the module, the point values of each of its letters is added to the total score, which begins at 0. So in this case, we're going to start this at 0, and we need to figure out a valid word to submit within this little time period. And what we can do is we can essentially find one of the letters in this case, and simply just take a look at the list and see if we can make a word out of that. So in this case, let's take a look at our first word, our first letter, in this case, kilo. So KA, there's no A present on the module. KI is indeed present here. So in this case, we can submit KI to the module, and as I said before, you can simply deselect it if you happen to choose a wrong letter. Let's put it back on the list, and we can submit KI, and we can press this into the module. And just like that, it'll leave us alone for a little while until it wants something else. So in this case, what we must do is each of the letters we submit in this case need to be added to the total score. So in this case, we submitted K and I, and this column right here represents the total score for each of the letters. In this case, K in this case is 5, so 0 plus 5 is 5, and then I in this case is a 1, so in this case, 5 plus 1 is 6. And this is what we're going to be doing for the module. And in this case, it is very important to note that you must pay attention to these rules here. Allowing the timer to run out will cause a strike, as you would expect. Entering a word which is not in the word list will cause a strike, as you would expect, but it will add its score to the total. So pay attention to that. If you happen to mess up some way somehow, then you have to make sure that you also pay attention to that to what you actually submit into the module, because it can pop up later when it wants a submission. Because once half the modules on the bomb have been solved, or half the bomb's time has passed, in this case, the module will enter submission mode and numbered tiles will appear. And simply what we're going to do is we're going to enter the total score into the module and press the check button to solve the module. So let's continue on. Let's actually start solving some stuff. It is important to note that I started at 26 minutes, so once it reaches the 13-minute mark, or if I simply reach halfway, the module will enter into submission state. So now here we're looking at another example. In most cases, you actually can kind of use a little bit of logic to figure out some of the words in this case. For example, Bravo words in this case, you can submit by, which is an actual word. For Delta, you can submit do, etc., etc. Echo, if you can submit ew, if you wanted to, or X. And so on and so forth. So taking a look here, we can do A, and we can submit alpha X-ray in this case as our list. And this is a present word, so we can submit this guy in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add A and X to its score. So A is going to be 1, so that'll be 7. And then 7 plus 8 in this case, corresponding to X-ray, will be 15. Notice it can jump up real quick if you happen to use bigger letters in this case. So let's take a look. I'm going to start solving some stuff now, and I'm going to be interacting with this as it comes up. And what we're going to be doing is essentially waiting for the submission phase once it reaches halfway or half the time's passed. So let's age price. Okay, corners. And let's get our edge work with this real quick. Whenever the lights decide to come back on, that would be nice. Thank you. In this case, we have 5 in 3, lit IMD. Nice, easy edgework, plate empty, beautiful. 3 Victor 6, Sierra Charlie 1. Yep. All right, so now corners. Let's solve you. Here we are, yellow and green. So starting at 1, best route is going to be obviously U. So yes. U. Good. Moving on, let's do Westeros. Let's start on this side. Just like that, you hear the little clicks, and the module is active again. So in this case, taking a look at our word list here, we can actually take a look at the letter N for our word list, and we can actually submit no, because that's actually technically a word that we use in the normal alphabet. And in this case, taking a look at the word list here, it is indeed present on the word list, so we can actually submit this module. That's what I mean by you can use logic, in some cases, to submit words that you know for a fact are words. It does take that into consideration, and we can simply press the submit button. And let's add up those totals. In this case, November and Oscar are both 1, so we're going to be adding 2 to the total score, giving us 17. Next up, let's do Westeros. Let's take a look here. Blades are sharp. Nope. Roar. Next. It's coming. I believe I saw that. Winter is coming. Winterfell. No. Stark either. So next. Unbowed. Unbent. Unbroken. Sunspear. Yep. Martell. And Thorn. Right, next up, let's go to Signals. Signals in this case is not figure 5, it's very close though. In this case, it's figure 14. Figure 14 corresponds to U. Over. Oh wow, literally the exact same. Okay. Now this is corresponding to 3, which we need to be positive. So that's going to be bottom. We need to be 0, so top. Correspond to figure 8. Yep. Good. Alright, the module is activated again. It does give you a nice audio cue, so it actually helps a lot. And let's take a look here. So let's take a look. Let's see if we can submit any golf words. Actually, wait. We can submit PI in this case, because that's corresponding to pi, which in this case is indeed present in our word list. It's not exactly quite pi, but it's pi, the Greek symbol. So in this case, we can submit this guy into our word list, and it can leave us alone. So in this case, Papa is a 3, and India is going to be 1. So 3 plus 1, we're going to be adding 4 to the total score, giving us 17 plus 4 is 21. All right, next up, let's take a look here. 6, 9, funny number, nice. 2, 3, 1. Oh, Jesus, rather quite a long one. 2 is our current display. We're going to go down. Okay. So we're going to go left, left, up, up, left, right, left. I'm stuck in hell. Great. Left, left, up, left. Keep giving me a 3. Fuck. Left, left. We're done. All right. Let's take a look. Homophones. Might as well get done with the side. Have yellow, yellow, red, red, blue. Yep. All right, and in this case, run corresponds to 5. I is 9. C's is 5. EL is 2. Yellow, red. That's good. Alright. Skyrim, why not? And hopefully pretty soon I should be reaching the halfway point, because I've done 6 modules out of the 14 on here. So probably what it will be is probably after this reset, it will be probably the next few solves we'll be marking halfway. So let's take a look here. Do we have any Papa words that we can use here? All of these correspond to vowels in this case, so we don't actually have any vowels present. So let's take a look. Whiskey corresponds to vowels, so we don't have any of those. Mike, there's no double mic, and all the rest of them are vowel. Oh wait, we have my in this case. In this case, my, my. It's like what I do, my tutorials, etc., etc. And this could be our word that we can submit and leave us alone. So Mike is a 3, and Yankee is a 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 21 plus 7 is going to be 28. Alright, let's take a look at another example. Let's get Skyrim done. 5. Wow. Breton is present. That's not hard. That's. You're Imperial. Yes, you are. Breton present, not selected. Children, Dawnbreaker, nope, Breaker, yep, Frost Troll, I don't care, Imperial, Bullendrung was not present, so in this case, Winterhold, you are Winterhold, yes, you are, in this case, odd digit for Frost Troll, 434, nope, we have 334, I think we have both 334s in this case, 112 is going to be our guy. Let's take a look at digital dials. I can do that faster. In this case, we have 5 times this by 9 times this by 9. Okay, 405, 68, 62. And just like that, we enter into submission phase, and this is the way the module looks like. So what happens here is we can simply, the down arrow can be pressed to show more digits, and what we're going to do is we're going to submit 28 into the module. So for our first label, we're going to do 2, and it'll pop up here in the top display here. Let's scroll down, and we're going to press 8. So in this case, our display is now 28. We'll press the submit button to solve the module. And just like that is a solved module. And that's how this module works. It's pretty straightforward, and what happens here is we actually reached more than half solves done by the time before it reached halfway. And this is the way the module works. So in this case, that's pretty much all I have to tell you guys. And we can actually take a look at one more example if you guys want to, but I feel like this module is pretty straightforward enough to understand. So in that case, I'm going to simply say, my name is Crazy Caleb, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay crazy, stay cool, bye-bye.